Hello, my dear lovely Sagittarius. This is your horoscope for June 2024. And look, where am I? I'm in sunny Cyprus, recording for filming for the horoscope for June. I thought that you might watch this video and meditate while you're listening for your June horoscope with these waves and beautiful weather, my dear Sag. Now, let's begin with June horoscope, and it begins with Mercury, a planet of communication and signing contracts. Let's see, because Mercury is very important in astrology. We need it sharp to sign contracts, to think through, to think straight. And on 3rd of June, it will move into your contractual house. That's what I'm saying. We need it really full force. And in June, until mid of June, it seems like you will be all busy with signing some sort of papers, agreements, contracts, because 7th house rules all sorts of contractual agreements where two parties, they sit and sign papers, agree on something. Now, 7th house is also house of love relationships, all sorts of committed relationships. Now, whether it's in love or business. Now, for some of you who say it's all about love in my life right now, then it might be, about you might actually sign papers of marriage, or you might receive a proposal, or you might sign papers about your divorce also, because divorce is also contractual kind of, agreement. And property division, if you are in that situation, Mercury will come in on 3rd of June and will make you busy, all your mind, and signing papers around those topics. And the same goes with business partnerships. You might be forming some business partnerships, like, let's say, in communication for a new job offer, or for a new position, or salary revision. All those things, my dear lovely Sag. Now, especially, in the big corporations, because 7th house is the house of big corporations and companies, and it seems like it might be about like corporate life. You might be negotiating and in a contact with those big companies for a new job position, let's say. Now, for the most of June, your ruler, our biggest angel of the universe, a planet of luck and happiness, Jupiter, that is newly found in your house of marriage, same house of this, where Mercury is in right now by the beginning of June, will be house of marriage, house of love, committed partnerships, business partnerships. Your ruler, biggest planet, biggest angel is now in that house. You are one of the luckiest signs who will enjoy until next June 2025 for the whole year support of this planet of luck and expansion and happiness and abundance in that area of your life. So those of you who are single, my dear lovely Sag, you might meet your one and only. And those of you who are in committed relationships, many of you guys, you will get married, you will get proposed or propose, or get engaged, my dear Sag. If you haven't listened for May forecast, where I talk all about that, you can find for you guys horoscope on my channel. Go listen it, and you will all understand what Jupiter will bring for the next whole year for you, my dear Sag. And I also have separate video about Jupiter going into your 7th house up on my channel. It's called Jupiter going into Gemini. Now, that Jupiter for the most of June will make amazing relationship with Pluto, planet of transformation, which is in your house of signing contracts, house of communication. And these two planets will make beautiful communication with each other, will make beautiful aspect with each other. And Neptune, 3rd planet, planet of magic and imagination, planet of all ideal, will, support those two planets, will join that communication and make it even more beautiful from your house of family and home and real estate. And it seems like that you might be in a sort of, let's say, in a search for a real estate to live with your one and only. If you are in a committed relationship, for those of you guys, this was a news. You might be signing contracts, looking for hiring a real estate agent to find for you new home for lovebirds, or to find a new place to live, to find a new apartment or a new house. You might be signing already contracts, like taking the keys already, receiving the keys of your new apartment or house. Or you might be in the beginning of your search. This is a most of June kind of background play. And it might be for those of you, as I said, those who are in a committed relationship. And for some of you guys, it might be about actually marriage. If you are getting married in June, it seems like your new home with your husband will be, and beautiful and amazing and magical, as Neptune is indicated here. And it seems like your partner is getting well along with your family. They love him and or her, and your partner loves them back even more. It seems like very magical connection there. And for some of you, if you say it's not about love, it might be about business. Business, your business partners, your business partnerships are going extremely well, signing all sorts of collaborations, partnerships, and contracts and deals. And especially those deals might be mostly around like renting a place for your business, like renting out your new office together with your business partner, or if especially true if you are in a real estate business, also might be that your business is flourishing, my dear and lovely Sag. And also for some of you, it might be about immigration, with your sweetheart, with your long-term partner or your wife or husband. You might be, busy, kind of at the background, let's say, gathering all sorts of documents and resubmitting for immigration, or you might actually immigrate. But it seems like you will sign off it seems like that you are still in the process of applying for those things, like documents to move somewhere new. Now, June, also, in the beginning of June, we have new moon on 6th of June in your same partnerships house, my dear Sag, love house. This is marriage house. Now, new moon will conjunct Venus, planet of love and beauty. That's an amazing, right? To have new moon in your house of marriage with Venus together. Now, new moons are all about new beginnings. It's like a new story, new chapter is unfolding there. But the point here, new moons, they bring their news like 5 days before or 5 days after, during those 10 days. So it means like from 2nd of June until 12th of June, you will get those, some sort of news. Each of us will get the news, not necessarily exactly on 6th of June when new moon appears. Just so you know, you might be already getting your news by the beginning of June. Now, with this new moon, amazing new moon, we have one hiccup, and it's a Saturn. Saturn is the planet of age, planet of restrictions, planet of limitations, and also hard work and also responsibilities, and Saturn is transiting currently your house of family, house of real estate, your living situation. And it seems like that Saturn here will make a harsh angle to that new moon and Venus. So here, on 6th of June, your family somehow won't support, or somehow might be against, actually, your ideas, let's say, around your love affairs, especially those that are committed. It might be you are making a rash decision, like getting married or engaged, or it might be some things that they're so fast developing that your parents are not so much, let's say, supporting it, and especially your mother, because 4th house is all about mother, and the same in the business. If you say that everything is fine in my love area and in my family, then it might be about your business partner. It might be that your business partner will have some idea that will involve amazing kind of money. But the point is here that you might need like to move somewhere, or you might need to travel, or you might need to immigrate. And new moon in the 7th house also might bring new job offer, especially in the big corporations, in the big companies. And it seems like you might need to relocate somewhere for that job that won't be so easy, that won't be so welcoming by you or your family, moving somewhere else, for example. Or if it's not about you, then it might be about your steady sweetheart, especially it's committed partnerships like your husband or wife or long-term partner. They might get an offer, like job offer, somewhere in a big companies, like a dream job, let's say, which will come with good money. And let's say you will not support that idea because they will have to relocate. They will have to be somewhere. It might be the situation that they will have to be somewhere far from you. Or, for example, if you're going with your husband and wife because of that job, then it seems like your family, like say your parents, won't be so supportive of that idea that you guys are going somewhere for a job. It might be either your situation or situation of your husband or wife or a steady sweetheart, my dear Sag. Especially Saturn is naturally ruling your house of income, earning money. So it's all related, seems like, for some sort of a new job offer or position for some of you guys, my dear Sag. And also about business partnerships, if you've been trying to form new business partnerships, and it seems like this new moon will bring some new business partnerships involving good money and something, in a beautiful industry like, I don't know, luxury industry, maybe cosmetics, maybe fashion, maybe like, those industries that are related to beauty and love, because Venus is conjunct this new moon, and it seems like those business partnerships or that job offer will be related in those kind of businesses and big companies and corporations. And as I said, here will be one hiccup, that Saturn will be in your fourth house, and someone from your family, or just because, for example, if you will take up that job, it seems like there is nowhere, let's say, to live for you in that city. For example, you will be very stressed in finding place to live. This is just as an example, my dear Sag, because fourth house is all about our living situation or our family members. So that you remember, it might be, numerous, like hundreds of million situations. It's up to your natal chart, but just so you know, and you might relate what's going on right now in your life, my dear Sag. Now, moving forward, Mars, planet of motivation, planet of drive, and our engine, on 9th of June will move into your house of work and house of health, firing your desire to serve. Actually, it's a workhouse. Seems like you will start working by the 6th of June, and Mars gives, in 6th house gives quite a lot of responsibilities, quite a lot of work life. So it seems like you will have a lot of job on your table and quite a lot of obligations at work. But right after it moves, and by the way, Mars in the 6th house, as I said, it's a health house. Here I would suggest you to take extra caution, because coming into 6th house, Mars is a significator of all things sharp, especially knives, and also surgical knives, and all things sharp, my dear Sag. So here I would suggest you extra care. Don't run into some accidents, and it will also, Mars in 6th house is good because it will give you some sort of sport kind of mode. You would want to start doing physical activities, maybe going back to sport or hitting a gym. It might give you for a whole month this kind of mode, but at the same time it might give you some accidents and situations, extreme situations related to your health. So just a little bit of care. I'm not scaring you. It might be nothing serious. It just might be a little bit of accidents. So just if you take care, nothing will happen, Now, as soon as Mars enters into this house of work and health, it seems like, it will square Pluto, planet of transformation, on 11th of June. That is transiting your third house, house of communication and signing contracts. Now, these two planets, will make a disagreement. They will be in a not in a good relationship for the rest of June, and it seems like, it's a bit of an explosive aspect. So here I would really suggest you to exercise patience, especially at your work, at your current work, relating communication and contracts. There might be some misunderstandings going on, and I really suggest you count until 10 whole June before saying something, before sending that hitting that send button, or in general, like communicating, especially with your colleagues and with your managers and all those people at work. Or for some of you, it might be also about health. And this is a bit of, as I said, explosive, aggressive aspect. It might be also related to your health. So here I would really suggest to exercise extra patience and, let's say, slowness and care, so that you will not run into some sort of accidents, because Pluto right now is in your house of transportation and driving. Especially when you're driving, take extra care, watch around, at least for the whole June, my dear Sagittarius. You are such a happy sign, that I totally get you, that sometimes you might be so happy and not noticing everything in life. But here, I really suggest you to concentrate while you're driving on the road. It might be also short-term courses. You might be some sort of taking up some, this kind of aspect might not be so, let's say, aggressive in manifesting into your life. For some of you, it might be some sort of courses at work. Let's say you're a manager, or because of work certifications, you will have to take up some courses. Those courses will be short-term, and it might be also let's say some certification kind of courses, some skills, learning skills like coding or anything like designing or some marketing, I don't know, any type of short-term courses. You might enjoy this. And also you might, also I would, it will send you for some short-term business trips or travels. You might travel around those dates to some business trips, not very far and not for a long time. But Mars and Pluto might here actually give you these kind of opportunities. Now moving forward, the second half of June, on 17th of June, we have Venus, planet of beauty and love, together with planet of communication, Mercury, moving into your financial house, house of shared money, 8th house. Now here, it might be, giving you quite a lot of papers, let's say, to sign, because Mercury is the communication planet and the signing contracts planet, moving into your house of shared finances. You might be busy with bank loans, maybe refinancing your existing ones, or applying or submitting some applications, and you might hear from those financial institutions around this date. If you are planning to study, then you might hear from your scholarship institutions, whether you've been granted or not. And Sun will follow those two into your financial house, 8th house, on 20th of June. Now this three planet in your 8th house will put your attention into those topics about investments. For some of you, it might be about investments. You might start investing into some crypto or coins, or learning about those investments, and in general, start investing, let's say, or reinvesting. And for some of you, it might be about inheritance. You might receive or actually write your will, for example. And for some of you, it might be about taxes. You might submit your tax return, or you might do all sorts of activities with your taxes, maybe, and it's also about alimony. If some of you guys are in divorce process, by the second half of June, you might finalize that divorce, and those three planets will put attention into those papers. And also health, my dear Sag. 8th house is all about health, and it seems like you might be also busy thinking, or maybe just going to checkups, like annual checkups related to some maybe health issues, or in general, like you might practice, healthy life. And 8th house is also house of conception. For those of you who are in fertility journey, end of June will be perfect. It seems like you will focus solely on those topics, my dear lovely Sag. Now June will finish up by full moon on 22nd of June in your house, another financial house, house of earned money. If 8th house is house of other people's money that come to you, and second house that full moon is happening on 22nd of June is all about money that you earn, that you yourself possess, let's say, and it's all about material possessions, like expensive possessions, like house, real estate, or a car, or expensive jewelries. And full moons are all about conclusions, culminations. They bring last sentence, let's say, for the situation that's been already there. Nothing new is there. Something was bubbling up in your life, and that comes to an end. Or full moons also act in a way that they are a big bulb of light. They put into some person or situation or an event some light, so that you notice, you pay attention. Now full moons, they bring messages during 10 days of this full moon appear. For example, it's on 22nd of June, and that means like 5 days before of 22nd of June, like from 17th of June until 27th of June, you will get the full moon's messages. It's not necessarily right exactly like right on 22nd of June you will get the message. So watch for yourself, my dear Sag. Now that full moon will be met by harsh angle from Neptune, planet of magic and imagination. But Neptune is also planet of illusions and delusions. And it's also connected with fog. Whatever it touches, it makes it foggy. It makes it unclear. And Neptune is transiting your house of family and home and real estate. Now that full moon happening in your house of earned income, it seems like it might be, for example, for those of you who've been like on a support, let's say from your family, that support will stop by this full moon. It will culminate, like it will finish. Seems like your family will stop like supporting you financially. For some of you guys, if that's your story, my dear Sag. And for some of you, it might be you will actually quit your job. If that's your situation, then by this full moon, seems like you will take that decision, or you will just change your job. Let's say you will finish at some of your sources of income will be closed by this full moon, because full moons are all about endings, and it's happening in your house of earned income. And it's also about, let me think. By the way, if you are if you are quitting your job, it seems like it will be exactly for the reason of immigration, or some sort of unclear immigration procedure, or unclear kind of situation about which place you're going to work from. Or something related to that, something related to travel, or you will quit because you will have to travel frequently, or you will quit because you will decline some job offer, because it will be something very confusing around this job offer, and related to exactly location where this job is located, let's say. Or actually, for some of you, it might be your mom. Your mother will let's say, disagree with that job that you wish to take up, and you might have to actually decline it, let's say, or quit it because of your mom's, let's say, advice, for example, as an example. Or in family, or in general, your family. If it's not your mom, then it might be in general your family, or because of some family reasons. For example, let's say you are moving somewhere else, like you are immigrating to some other country, and you have to, of course, quit your job, let's say, because they didn't agree, or they don't provide remote options, right? So you will quit your job in a current place, and you will move because of that. Like, let's say, because of the reasons that you are immigrating, taking up some other citizenship, for example. And Pluto, planet of transformation and planet of a bit of a heavy karma, will try to help you by making friendship with that foggy planet Neptune, that is making everything foggy around this full moon, not clear situation. And Pluto will be exactly in your house of contractual agreements and signing contract and communication and language. And it seems like universe is hinting and suggesting you that all you need is communication. So the right communication, the right words will help you in the situation that this full moon is bringing. You just have to talk, my dear Sag. You will just, you might just need one kind of a talk, or a right kind of a communication and words, my dear Sag. Communicate, try to agree, try to negotiate, whatever is the situation related to this new moon. And as I said, it might be related to earning sources, earning like income, or actually your values, what you value in life, about your priorities. It might be something that your family wants one thing and you want other thing. And here again, universe in the face of Pluto telling you, try to communicate, try to tell what you really want, have that courage to speak up for yourself, stand up for yourself, my dear Sag. And second house is also house of material possessions, like real estate or car. And it seems like you might be actually selling, especially like house or apartment, or buying it actually. But if you're buying, I would really suggest to go through the details of the contract. Pluto is strongly suggesting, especially from the house of, signing contracts and communication. Go through that buying deal, like the buying papers and agreement with your lawyer, with an external advisor if you don't have a lawyer, or financial advisor, or anyone else who is in a position to actually go through those terms and conditions of purchase. Really make sure that you are very clear, and you understand what you're buying, for what kind of price, and on what terms, my dear Sag. And it might be also about your car. It could be also related, and not necessarily your house or real estate. It might be also some car, because second house is all about material possessions, my dear lovely Sag. Now, this was your horoscope for June. Stay tuned for July, and don't forget to check your rising sign and moon sign too, because those two are equally important and will give you a fuller picture of the month to get ready, full force, armed and aware to meet the situations of the coming month, June, my dear Sag. Love you all, and bye bye.